Good evening. As the sun sets over our cities, a sense of uncertainty lingers in the air, touching every corner of the nation. Tonight, we look at a nation at a crossroads, Canada, long a symbol of stability and peace, now facing mounting pressures that test the very fabric of our society. Across the country, discontent is rising. Picket lines stretch across city blocks, and deepening political divisions are felt in conversations at dinner tables and in the halls of power. The government finds itself under siege, grappling with protests and calls for change that echo through the streets of our capital. The Prime Minister prepares for a critical trip to Washington, a high-stakes meeting that could shape the future of Canadian industry, impact trade agreements, and determine the fate of thousands of jobs across the country. Meanwhile, chaos in American cities over immigration policies sends shockwaves north, reminding us of the fragility of social order and the interconnectedness of our two nations. At home, Alberta teachers threaten to strike, leaving families in limbo, students without classrooms, and raising urgent questions about the future of public education and the support systems families rely on. The Canada Post labor dispute threatens to cripple small businesses just as the holiday season approaches, putting livelihoods at risk and casting uncertainty over communities that depend on timely deliveries. Yet amid the turmoil, there are sparks of hope. Canadian researchers make groundbreaking medical breakthroughs, pushing the boundaries of science and offering new hope to patients and families. And in stadiums, a baseball team unites the nation, bringing together fans from coast to coast, reminding us of the joy and pride that can still be found in shared moments. Tonight, we'll explore these stories, forces pulling us apart, from political unrest to economic uncertainty, and the challenges that threaten to divide our communities. But we'll also highlight the threads holding us together: resilience, compassion, and the enduring spirit of unity that defines us as Canadians. From Ottawa's corridors of power, where decisions shape the nation's future, to picket lines in Calgary, where workers demand to be heard and fight for their rights, and roaring stands in Toronto, where the energy of the crowd reminds us of our shared dreams. This is a snapshot of a nation in flux, a country wrestling with its identity and its future. It's a story of crisis and resilience, conflict and innovation, where every challenge is met with determination and hope. Through it all, the enduring power of a shared dream persists. Together, we face uncertainty, but together, we move forward. Let's get after it. The Prime Minister embarks on a critical journey to Washington, a trip that could define the future of Canada's economy and its relationship with its most important trading partner. Awaiting him is a high-stakes negotiation with the U.S. administration, where every word and gesture could tip the balance. At the heart of the talks, American tariffs on Canadian steel and aluminum. These policies have sent shockwaves through our manufacturing heartland, putting entire communities at risk and threatening the stability of industries built over generations. In cities like Hamilton and Sault Ste. Marie, steel isn't just a product, it's a way of life. Now, that way of life is under siege, as job losses in steel ripple outward, endangering the auto sector and the families who depend on it. Unions are raising their voices, demanding more than just words. They're calling for concrete action, tired of empty promises, and determined to see real protection for their members and their communities. This visit is about more than a single policy dispute. It's about redefining the economic partnership between two nations whose histories, economies, and futures are deeply intertwined. The Prime Minister faces the daunting task of persuading Washington that Canadian industry is not a rival, but a vital partner. He must make the case that these tariffs are a lose-lose, hurting workers and businesses on both sides of the border. It's a tough sell with political pressures running high, but for the Prime Minister, failure simply isn't an option. The stakes are too great. Back home, opposition parties and union leaders are watching every move, ready to seize on any sign of weakness or compromise that doesn't deliver for Canadian workers. For families whose livelihoods depend on these industries, the anxiety is palpable. Every headline, every rumor from Washington adds to the uncertainty and fear for the future. The Prime Minister walks into the negotiating room carrying not just documents, but the hopes, dreams, and expectations of thousands of Canadians who are counting on him to deliver. This isn't just another round of diplomacy. It's a fight to deliver real, tangible results for Canadians who feel increasingly left behind by global shifts. The outcome of these talks could reshape our economy, our industries, and our communities for years, perhaps even decades to come. As the negotiations begin, the pressure mounts. The stakes for Canada and its people couldn't be higher. Across the country, Canadians wait, holding their breath, united in hope and anxiety as they watch history unfold. The future of thousands of families and the fate of entire communities now hangs in the balance. South of the border, American cities erupt in protest over a harsh immigration crackdown. Federal troops face off against tens of thousands of demonstrators, creating scenes of chaos that shock the world. Critics call the policies inhumane, and the use of federal force a dangerous overreach. The protests have become a battle for the soul of America, deepening divisions and escalating violence. For Canadians, these events are a stark reminder of how quickly order can unravel. The turmoil highlights the fragility of democracy and the need for dialogue. As we watch our closest ally in crisis, we're forced to reflect on our own divisions. The lesson: no society is immune to unrest when people feel unheard. In Alberta, 46,000 teachers are poised to strike, threatening to shut down schools for over 700,000 students. The dispute centers on class sizes, support for special needs, and wages that keep pace with rising costs. Parents scramble for childcare, caught between sympathy for teachers and frustration over the disruption. The government insists the demands are unaffordable, citing economic pressures. Teachers argue years of underfunding have pushed classrooms to the breaking point. As the strike deadline looms, resignation sets in, picket signs are ready, and schools prepare for closure. The standoff is about more than money. It's about the future of public education. Alberta's classrooms stand as a battleground, with students caught in the crossfire. Labor unrest spreads to Canada Post, where rotating strikes disrupt mail and parcel delivery nationwide. For small businesses, the timing is disastrous, just weeks before the holiday shopping season. Entrepreneurs face angry customers, lost packages, and mounting uncertainty. The Postal Union cites unsafe conditions and demands better pay and benefits. Canada Post management insists it must remain financially viable. As negotiations stall, small businesses bear the brunt, their dreams deferred by a conflict beyond their control. The government faces calls to intervene, but any move carries political risk. For now, business owners wait, hoping for a resolution before the season slips away. The stakes: survival for thousands of local enterprises. Beyond Canada, global crises intensify. In Syria, a sham election cements the regime's grip, leaving millions of refugees with little hope for change. In Ukraine, relentless Russian attacks plunge cities into darkness as civilians endure war's harsh toll. These conflicts hit home for Canada's Syrian and Ukrainian communities, who watch anxiously and rally support for loved ones abroad. Community centers become hubs for advocacy and aid, as new Canadians balance life here with concern for those left behind. The Canadian government calls for accountability and provides support, but the limits of diplomacy are clear. These distant wars remind us of our global responsibilities and the challenges of making a difference. Canada must navigate its role as a principled yet pragmatic middle power. Amid turmoil, Canadian scientists deliver hope. Researchers in Toronto announce a breakthrough in kidney cancer treatment, targeted immunotherapy that shrinks tumors in patients with few options. This innovation, building on CAR T-cell therapy, opens new frontiers in oncology. For thousands of Canadians, it's a lifeline, and a testament to the power of public research. The discovery highlights what's possible when we invest in science and work together. Across the country, fundraising events like the Run for the Cure show a national commitment to fighting cancer from every angle. In uncertain times, these achievements are a beacon of hope and pride. At last, in a country often divided by strikes, political debates, and regional differences, a sense of unity emerges from an unexpected place: the baseball diamond. The Toronto Blue Jays have become more than just a team. They are a symbol of hope and togetherness for Canadians everywhere. The Blue Jays' thrilling playoff push has captured the nation's imagination, turning every game into a shared experience. Across cities and small towns, people gather to watch, their hearts pounding with every pitch and swing. Each victory brings a wave of excitement that sweeps across the country. A rookie sensation has stepped into the spotlight, inspiring fans with his energy and determination. He's become a new hero for young and old alike, giving everyone a reason to believe in the power of fresh talent and the promise of a brighter future. From the Atlantic to the Pacific, Canadians set aside their differences to cheer together. Sports, in this moment, offer a rare and precious common ground, uniting people of all backgrounds, ages, and beliefs in a single cause. Conversations that once focused on daily challenges now turn to pennant races and player stats. The Blue Jays provide a welcome escape, giving people something positive to rally around and talk about, whether at work, at home, or out with friends. For a few hours each night, hope and excitement replace anxiety and uncertainty. The joy of the game brings smiles to faces and lifts spirits, reminding us all of the simple pleasures that can unite us. Whether the Blue Jays ultimately reach the postseason or not, the team has already given Canada a priceless gift. A reminder of our ability to come together, to celebrate, and to find common ground even in challenging times. In these uncertain times, that sense of unity is more valuable than ever before. It's a testament to the power of sport to heal, inspire, and bring people closer. That's our broadcast for this Sunday, October 8th, 2025. We hope you continue to find moments of joy and connection wherever you are. I'm Chris Cuomo. Thank you for watching, and good night, Canada.